Yes, I guess we didn't really need to say it's a shoe war, because if I just say the names of the companies, Adidas and Puma, the first thing people would think of is shoes. They also make clothes, right? Sportswear, jackets and t-shirts and shorts, but shoes is the main part of the business. Adidas and Puma, two of the big ones. You might put Reebok and Nike in there,
Converse.
But Converse. But you'll find that in our article that Adidas and Puma have a much closer history than any of those other companies. One thing we should note, we are going to pronounce the first company Adidas because that is the typical North American pronunciation. But if you go to Europe, especially if you're in Germany, don't be surprised if people say, that's not how you say the company. It's Adidas. So yes, they say Adidas in Europe and Adidas in North America. We're going with that second one. Puma's just Puma. It's always Puma.
Okay.
Yeah, Adidas and Puma are two of the biggest names in sports clothing. Absolutely. When we talk about big names, we're talking about well-known names, popular names, things like that. Everybody knows Adidas and Puma. For over 60 years, they have competed to sell products to athletes and fans. Absolutely. A lot of the greatest athletes in the world wear their products. And of course, we fans, we amateur athletes, or just people who, want to go jogging, or even people who want to wear comfortable shoes will buy their product. So these two companies have been competing to sell products for a long time. What is it to compete?
OK， 所以呢，我们就看到了，我们今天讲说这个 Adidas 或是 Adidas，OK， 你可以用两种不同的念法。跟这个 Puma 呢，他们两个人在竞赛哦，所以呢，我们使用这个动词 compete。compete 这个动词呢，就是我们刚刚讲竞赛、竞争。那它的名词呢，我们可以说 competition，OK， 竞赛的意思。OK， 比方说呢 ，I entered the League of Legends competition，OK， 我加入了这个 LOL 的比赛当中。在这个比赛当中呢，一定都有这个参赛者、竞争者。我们就可以用另外一个名词 competitor，OK， 这个字就是刚刚讲参赛者。那呢，我们可以看到它的形容词哦，形容词我们说 competitive 这个形容词就是形容有竞争力的，所以我们可以说with its new features, this new phone will be competitive with its competitors。OK， 所以呢，这个新的这个手机出来之后呢，它有很多新的特色，所以呢，它将会在它的这个跟它的竞争者比较之下呢，它是非常有竞争力的。We also see the word athlete.
That's right, an athlete is someone who plays sports. That's about it. Probably in a kind of a serious way. If you go out with your friends and play 20 minutes of bad basketball once a week, you can't really say you're an athlete. But if you go to the gym a lot, if working out is important to you, if you're on sort of a serious team, even if it's not like a job, but it's kind of a serious big part of your life and you're probably in good shape, you would call yourself an athlete. We often use another adjective, a professional athlete. Ooh, now that's someone who for whom playing sports is their job. If you're in the NBA or MLB, you are a professional athlete. But if it's on the weekend and you have a serious baseball team with uniforms and practices and you play in a league, you might call yourself an amateur athlete.
Okay.
A-M-A-T-E-U-R. It's a hobby, it's a serious hobby, but it's not a job. Athlete is spelled A-T-H-L-E-T-E, and since we're talking about sports people, of course, athlete is a noun. For example, Jesse Owens was one of the greatest Olympic athletes of all time. Appeared in which Olympics?
Which one?
Berlin 1936. He won the 100 meters, the 400 meters, the long jump, and I believe the relay. And it was really cool because Hitler was there watching.
Yeah?
Jesse Owens was from America, and he was black. And Hitler didn't like that. Ha ha, too bad, Hitler. Your German athletes weren't fast enough.
OK， 所以我们看到 athlete 这个名词呢，就是表示运动员哦。那刚刚 Mike 就有解释到说，你可以呢是一个 professional athlete， 你可以是一个这个职业的运动员，或者是 amateur 就是业余的。但是自然它的形容词，你可以说 athletic，OK， 它就是形容。如果说是形容你的行动呢，就是讲说你行动是很敏捷的。形容你的体格的话，想象一下运动员，那表示你的身材是非常健壮的。比方说，我们可以讲说 he is an athletic boy，OK， 他是一个很行动敏捷、身材很健壮、很 喜欢运动的男生。
Okay, so we know the competition, the fight for business between these two companies was very serious. But here's the really interesting part. Not only were they competing in a business way, but two leaders of the company were competing in a brotherly family kind of way. It was very personal. It wasn't just business. So as we read on, we learn, however, few people realize that these famous companies, Adidas and Puma, were started by two brothers who hated each other with a passion. Ooh, a lot of uncomfortable family dinners
Drama.
And things like that. Yes, if you hate something or someone with a passion, that just means you hate it a lot. You really, really don't like it. It can be an angry hatred, like, oh, I hate that guy. You know, I want to punch him in the nose. Well, hopefully you don't. But generally, we also, more commonly, of course, because most of us don't really hate people that much, but we might use it for things we just don't really like. Oh, don't serve me any of those carrots. I hate carrots with a passion. That means I really don't like them. Don't tell me they're delicious and just try one. No, I don't want to. I hate it with a passion. I really don't like it. Thank you very much.
OK， 所以呢 ，passion 这个字呢，就是表示热情哦。那如果我们说 hate 什么人是 with a passion， 比方说 Mike hates carrots with a passion， 就表示呢他非常的痛恨这个胡萝卜。那呢，我们在这边就是呢，课文另外有讲到了，很少人知道，其实这两家公司呢，他们是一家互相憎恨的兄弟所开始的。那我们这边就讲说他们是互相憎恨，而且是 with a passion， 这个恨到不行，超级恨的意思。
All right, so there you go. We've learned a little bit about the two brothers who started these shoe companies. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back.
好的，我们回到刚刚的课文句子里面哦，这边呢讲说，他说很少人知道他们两个人是兄弟这件事情。那这边这个 few 呢，这个 few 它的意思就是很少，少多少呢？少的几乎没有了。但是呢，当我们在 few 前面加上一个 a few 跟 few 呢，它就有非常不一样的意思了。当我们刚刚说 few 是很少，少到几乎没有，但前面加上 a few 就表示一些。OK， 它的意思呢就和我们讲说 some 是类似的，它呢是有肯定的意思。那 few 呢，我们刚刚讲说它是少到几乎没有了，所以它是带有否定的语气。比方说，我们可以说 There are a few students in the room。OK， 在这个房间里面有一些学生，有一些呢可能是10个、20个，我们也可以用 some 代换。There are some students。in this room, OK， 但是如果呢，我们是说 few students, OK, there are few students in the room， 可能呢就是只有一个、两个 ，OK， 少很少，少到几乎没有。注意到了 few 呢，我们是用来修饰可数名词，比方说我们刚刚讲说。A few students 就是一个可数名词。如果是不可数的，比方说像是 money 啊、钱，或是 water 水等等，这个时候呢，我们就要用 little。那 little 这个字呢，它跟 few 的用法就一样了。我们当我们只有单单使用 little 的时候，它的意思是少到几乎没有，而加上 a little 就表示呢有一些些。
All right, so how did this brotherly rivalry start? Well, let's go back to the beginning. That's a good place to start. It says Rudolph and Adolf, those are the brothers' names, Rudolph and Adolf, or Adi, Dassler. So their names were Rudolph Dassler and Adolf Dassler, and that got shortened to Adi. So these two brothers grew up in the small country town of Herzogenaurach, Germany. In the 1920s, they started the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory.
Okay.
Everything seems to be going well. If they start a company together, they must not hate each other.
No, not at first.
Okay.
And their small company quickly grew and was soon producing shoes for top Olympic athletes. In 1933, the brothers thought it was wise to join Germany's Nazi party, believing it would help their business. Okay, here we see the word wise.
That's right. If something is wise, it's a smart thing to do. It's kind of like intelligent, and we'll find out more. Okay, we can use wise as an adjective like smart or intelligent to talk about a person with a good brain, but here we also talked about a wise move, not a wise person. A wise move is just a good move, a good idea, a smart thing to do. It's wise to take an umbrella with you if you think it will rain later that day. You don't have to, but living your life and having experiences and knowing that here in Taiwan it often rains in the afternoon, Even when you leave in the morning, it would be wise to grab that umbrella. It would be a very good idea. So that's a wise move, but as I mentioned, we can have wise people. Often older people are wise because they have a lot of experiences in life too. For example, my grandfather was a very wise man. He was 95 years old and he'd seen it all. He had advice for every situation.
OK， 所以在课文这边呢，我们刚刚就解释了 wise 这个形容词呢，就是形容有智慧的。那呢，有智慧的你就可以做什么事情，就是呢很明智的来做这件事情。所以呢，我们句型就是 be wise to， 或者是呢 be wise not to do something， 就是呢做这件事情是很明智的，或者是很不明智的。
So when they began the Dassler Shoe Company, they were still friends, still good brothers. But then something happened, but it's a bit of a mystery. We read, no one knows for certain what drove them apart, but many believe it began over some misunderstanding. So, like a lot of troubles in family, unless you're in the family, you might not know the whole story, right? Because sometimes that stuff's private. So we don't really know exactly what started their argument and their fight, but it might have been a misunderstanding. Someone hears something and they think that's, for example, a nasty thing you're saying, but you're not saying it about me, you're saying it about someone else, but I get it all confused and mixed up. That's where the misunderstandings can start.
好，所以呢，在课文这边我们用了这个 drive 这个形容词哦。那这边是 drove 就是 drive 的过去式哦。那 drive 这个字呢，它可以意思是这个驱使或者是迫使。比方说呢，我们可以讲说有人在刮黑板哦，你可以讲说啊 ，this sound is driving me crazy 啊，这个声音好可怕，让我快要发疯了，我快要发疯了。那课文呢 ，drive them apart 就是迫使他们分开，就是表示呢他们的关系破裂，而使他们关系破裂的原因呢，就是一些误解 ，misunderstanding.
All right. And we all can also have this phrase, know something for certain or say for certain. That means you're confident. If you know something for certain, you know exactly why. You have all the facts. You're not guessing. All right. In this case, though, we, outside of the family, we don't know for certain. We never heard the real story from the people who were there. We just know that some problem was created between these two brothers. Now, here's maybe one of the situations where there was a misunderstanding. This might be a good guess, or maybe some people heard this, but we don't know for sure. It says, when planes bombed their city during World War II, it said Adi screamed, "The dirty enemies are back again." Of course, he's sort of yelling that at the airplanes that are bombing the city. But Rudolph, it says, Rudolph heard this and thought Adi was insulting him and his wife. He thought he was the person and his wife were the people that Adi was insulting. It was actually maybe, the enemies attacking their city, but there was a misunderstanding there. Okay, we have this word to scream. To scream is basically like to yell, but maybe in a really kind of high-pitched way. You might scream if you're angry, you might scream if you're scared, you might scream if you're in great pain, or you might scream as a warning when there's some kind of danger. But basically you're yelling loudly at a very high pitch. It hurts your voice to scream. Of course, this is a verb, and our example sentence reads, Raymond screamed when he turned on the light and saw a snake in the bathtub. Ah! That would probably make me scream too. Okay, and then we also had an insult or to insult. This can be both a noun and a verb. It's basically just when you say something bad about another person. All right, it's when you say it, that's the verb, to insult. It's not nice to insult people. Or what I say, that's an insult. You called me stupid or whatever. That would be an insult. Not nice.
OK， 所以呢，我们刚刚看到两个这个单字了 ，insult 呢，它就可以讲说侮辱人 ，OK， 它可以当做名词，也可以当做动词来使用。那在我们课文里面呢，我们另外看到 bomb 这个字哦 ，bomb 这个字呢，平常当做名词表示炸弹。那在我们课文里面，它是当成动词，表示是这个战斗机在轰炸这个城市的意思哦。但是这边呢，我们另外讲说，因为我们前面已经讲说，我们不知道 ，we didn't know this for certain，OK， 没有人知道这个传闻到底是怎么样。但据说我们就可以讲说 说 it is said， 或者是你也可以讲说 people say。OK， 到底是谁讲的不知道，但是你可以说 people say that 怎么样怎么样。OK， 据传据说我们就可以这么讲。那刚刚另外解释到了 scream 这个动词呢，中文就翻译为尖叫。那除了刚刚 Mike 讲说这个你尖叫，你可以看到蛇在这个 bathtub 里面，你可以看到吓死了尖叫。这个字眼也可以当成名词哦。比方说呢，我可以讲说我今天早上被吵醒了，怎么样 ？I was awakened by the sound of screams. OK， 我被尖叫声吵醒了。And we see the word enemy.
Okay, earlier in our article, we saw the word compete. When you compete, you're playing against someone, all right? That's the other team, or that's the other person, or in business, that's the other company, and you're trying to sell things that are quite similar. So you compete with that other player or team or company. Now, if feelings get into it, if angry feelings, and I don't like that guy, I hate that guy, oh, I want to beat that guy so bad, then maybe the person you're playing against is also now your enemy. It's someone you're fighting against, someone you don't just want to win to say, yay, I won the game, woohoo. You can play a game against your friends and not hate them, but if you really don't like that person, if there's angry feelings involved when you compete, then that could be your enemy, all right? So if you're playing a sport, hopefully the other team isn't your enemy, but in a war, for example, or in a fight, or like in a movie or something, then the two people might feel angry, might really not like that person, and they might call that person their enemy. Of course, this is a noun, and yeah, a lot of famous enemies are known from the storybooks and things like that. We think of Voldemort and Harry Potter, they're enemies. Or going back a bit further, we read, for example, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Moriarty were sworn enemies from the early Sherlock Holmes books.
OK， 所以呢，我们看到 enemy 这个名词呢，就表示敌人或是宿敌。那呢，你可以说 make enemies of someone。OK， 就是呢，表示说跟这个人宿敌，跟他成为敌人。
So the problem might have started during the war, or there could have been another reason. As we read on, it says after the war, U.S. soldiers captured Rudolph and knew he was a Nazi. It wasn't good to be a Nazi after World War II, of course. Rudolph believed Adi sold him out and swore he would never work with him again. So one brother believed that the other brother basically told on him, got him in trouble. If you sell someone out, it's very similar to betray that person. Someone might think I'm their friend, but then I go whisper to the police that he's a bad guy. And so I break our friendship, I break that trust. I sold my friend out to help myself, but no one will like you if you do that.
Okay.
All right. We also had this word to swear. Oh yeah, he swore that his brother was a Nazi, or someone swears to get revenge. This is basically like to promise. When you say, I say these words are important. Remember them because I am telling the truth right now, so believe me. We're not saying bad words here. We're swearing. Yeah, someone might do in a court, for example. Yes. You promise to tell the truth. Or when the president takes the office for the first time, right? They promise to protect the country and the people and follow the law. These are important words that you should listen to and believe because I mean it. For example, the witness to the crime swore to tell the truth in court. Don't lie in court.
所以呢 ，swear 这个动词呢，就表示发誓或者是许诺。注意到它的动词是不规则的变化。我们能说 swear 过去式呢是 swore， 那它的过去分词是 sworn。OK， 那刚刚讲说呢，我们可以说对什么东西发誓，对什么人发誓。但是假如说呢，我们是说 swear at，OK， 那意思可不一样，那表示是对谁骂脏话，所以千万不要搞错喽。
All right, that's it for today, but we have our chat question, so put on your running shoes and come back for that.